Mitch Cleary.
This is a man that never stops. Everyone else has clocked off for the year. They've done the trade period and they're away on a beach somewhere, but he looks good, he smells good, and he's got all the latest footy news. Hello to you, Mitch
Thanks
Cleary.
for having me and dragging me in, guys. Appreciate that. It's footy, you said, footy never sleeps. We've got the fixture this week.
Yes.
Then the draft. Limo, it never stops.
It does, and then random news stories pop up,
Yep.
like this ridiculous wild card round. That's
Yeah.
been.
I heard you debate yesterday.
Who do you think won?
A bit more on Jack's side, to be honest.
Oh, I just think it is in my humble opinion, just a complete and utter waste of time.
The only thing I'd say is it keeps 11th, 12th and 13th in the competition for longer. And there were so many dead rubbers at the end of this year in those last 4 or 5 rounds where
Yeah,
you're like, I don't need to watch that.
and what you've added now is 2 dead finals.
Yeah. The only thing I'd say is, and I agree with, it will look silly if 10th finishes with 10 wins and 13 losses. Like if you are entering with a negative
Which they
win-loss record.
Which they will,
which
because
they
they're in
will.
the bottom half of the ladder.
Yeah, so that might make them look a little bit silly. But keeping teams in the competition for longer at least makes, there'll be 5 or 6 relevant games in the run home rather than 2 or 3 like we saw for times this year.
So will we, as you look forward, will we have a top 18 at some point?
Yeah, probably. Probably. We should just play 1v18
keep them all
and
in.
knock out competition.
You can check the debate out. It's up on our Instagram as well, by the way, at Triple M Rush Hour.
Is there, although in the AFLW aren't happy because they had a bit of fresh air on that bye weekend to start the
Yeah.
AFLW season. What's the AFL's response to that?
They're saying that they can coexist, but I'm with you. I think there should be a weekend like that for AFLW to exist. Personally, I would love to see a world where the AFL men's has a mid-season break and you start round 1 in the AFLW in a round, let's say round 12 of the men's, and have it clean air to start with and run through concurrently from there.
And then
Spot
have the grand final on the same day or the same weekend at least?
Potentially, or you might have it in that wildcard weekend on the Sunday because the AFL is committed to wildcard games being the Friday and the Saturday. Those Sundays in finals get a bit quieter, so maybe that's an option.
Same day is a great idea, I reckon. AFLW and AFL grand final on the same day would be awesome.
NRL, do it.
Yeah.
It works a treat. Yeah.
Now, Mitch, how have we gone from an opening round that has had 2 games to 3 games to 4 games, and next year we have 5 games? Why don't we just call it round 1?
It's a bit like Limo's theory. We might have 18 teams playing an opening round.
Yeah, he's rubbed off on me after one day.
This is also ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah, so 10 teams will play in opening round, 8 teams will watch on. It means the 10 teams that play have to get a bye in the first 6 weeks to even it out. So you'll have 8 games or so in the first 6 rounds to complete those teams that had played in opening round to give them a breather. Now, we know that Saints are playing Collingwood, MCG, Labor Day Eve. I love it, but I'm with you. I'd love to see the 9 games played in the totality of opening round.
And when this initially came about, right, if we cast our minds back 2 years, it was to take advantage, in inverted commas, of the fact that the NRL was in Vegas. We'll catch them by surprise while they're not looking. And then it didn't even happen on the same weekend.
Exactly.
It was
Vegas,
a weekend
They
later.
got the dates wrong.
They got the dates wrong.
And it was all about, the cricket pitches won't be ready in Victoria. Let's send it up to the northern states and we'll promote the northern markets. And now all we'll be talking about that week will be Collingwood St Kilda here in Victoria rather than the 4 games up in the northern states.
It's just such a waste of everyone's time. Every single team should be playing on the opening weekend. I mean, personally, I love the fact that Carlton and Richmond were the number 1 first game of the season. That, to me, was a great way to launch a new season of footy.
What I will say, though, that Sunday of opening round, Sunday, March 8, there will be 200,000 plus people at 2 sporting events. You've got the F1 at Albert Park
Yes.
in the Arvo. Then people will roll over to the G. There'll be probably 85,000 plus for St Kilda and Collingwood. The Saints are still trying to get Ed Sheeran over the line. And
to play.
to play pre-game. I think that's a long shot.
Oh, to play play guitar, not play for them.
Yeah,
in the
but they've
game.
got everyone else. They've spent the big bucks. But the city will be a buzz that day.
Now, there's a lot of teams that have started back their training in the last couple of days. All eyes are obviously on the new faces. Charlie Curnow I saw with the Sydney Swans yesterday, Mitch. I know it's an easy thing to say this time of year, but he looks in fantastic condition.
Especially for November. Charlie, we've become accustomed to him going under the knife at this time of the year and having slow starts to the pre-season. He had 3 surgeries before a ball was bounced at the start of last year, and now he looks cherry ripe to go. Maybe the Bondi weather is just doing the right thing for him up there.
I've got a feeling Sydney's going to be very good
Yes.
to Charlie Curnow.
Agree.
I really think he's going to rediscover his best form.
And then Zach Merritt wasn't at Essendon yesterday, but he wasn't supposed to be, was he?
No, so the senior players. So what happens is the teams that missed the finals this week are back for their 1 to 4 year players, and then the senior boys at those clubs are back 2 weeks later. So Merritt could have been there, has been there in the past on day one, but wasn't required to and wasn't there.
But hasn't it been tradition that every year Zach Merritt's turned up on the first
He
day
has.
with the new players, and then this year, mysteriously, it hasn't happened.
I think he's on the Sunshine Coast for a wedding of a former teammate, I was told.
Right,
So
okay.
What are you trying to suggest there, Limo?
Has he got the hump with his football club?
no, there's a bit to work through, I think, with Essendon. It'll be an awkward couple of days when he does return.
Could couple of rounds, couple of months,
Yeah.
awkward year.
Until we get to trade period next
Until
year.
we get the
But
next
one
year's
thing for
trade
certain
period.
with Zach Merritt, he will try his heart out next year, no matter what colours he's in.
And
He's
then-
he's a natural competitor, so he's going to have a
Yeah.
crack.
The other one from yesterday was Jason Horne-Francis, particularly for our Port Adelaide fans who are listening to the Rush Hour. This is not an ideal start to the preseason.
No, and it was all sort of, Jason saying, oh, it's fine, it was the plate was going to come out. He won't be running for the next 6 weeks, which does set him back a fair bit. He's had knee issues in the past in preseason. Now he won't be running until January at full pace. Doesn't leave you a lot of time until round one. We're talking start of March now for opening round. Port, Rosie, Butters and Horne-Francis, so much relies on their shoulders. They can't be losing too many of those guys in the preseason.
We'll get to the draft very shortly. Zach Bailey on the agenda as well. But Mitch, Tanner Bruhn is the news of the day.
Yeah, and some serious charges that Bruhn was facing throughout the year of today being dropped, and that was all around a key witness to the case that was linked to the alleged victim admitting to lying in court a few weeks ago. So those charges of serious sexual assault have been dropped against Bruhn. The AFL today confirming he was on a stand-down charge throughout the season. That's because of the severity of the charges. You compare those to Noah Bolter from years ago, from earlier this year. The AFL didn't see them as serious. So the AFL says they judge them case by case, but Bruhn will be available to start pre-season with the Cats, and he's all clear to resume in 2026.
So he hasn't played at all this year.
No, but
No,
received his full AFL wage, as far as I can understand.
Sure, but good to go for 2026.
2026, he's been working as a farmhand part-time. He's been at the club for bits and pieces of 2025. People would have seen him in the vision on grand final day this year after the Cats' loss. And people are asking, well, why have we not been reporting this for the last 8 months? Well, before today, a suppression order was in place preventing any reporting on this matter. That's today been lifted. So Tanner Bruhn can be named as that player, but those charges are not going any further and they've been dropped.
The trade period never stops, as this man would know more
Yes.
than anyone, Limo. He lives for it. Zach Bailey's name has come up today.
Yeah, so Xander Maguire reporting last night on 7 News that Collingwood's just dangling the carrot in front of Zach Bailey. I think there'll be a few clubs going hard at.
It's 365 days a year now.
Well, clubs work 2-3 years in advance on these guys. I remember people were jumping over Ben King, Tom Lynch's fence down in the Bayside a few years ago, chasing his signature. That was 12 months before anything even happened. So you've got 4 big free agents next year. It'll be Zach Bailey, Sam Walsh, Ben King, and Zach Butters. Clubs are just going to be backing up the truck, going hard at those guys.
So if you went into any football club now, would they be able to give you that dream team for 2029? Or that dream team for 2030, what they forecast their team will look like?
Clubs do work a fair way in advance. Maybe it's more 2 or 3 years, but
Yeah.
they've always, on their own whiteboards, got free agents in mind. And the free agents they love going after because in most cases, you don't have to give up any trade picks for them. And the next
Yeah.
few drafts are going to be compromised with Tassie. So free agents are going to be well and truly in vogue. And those guys will be well remunerated for their time in playing in footy.
Oh, we've got a big 12 months ahead of us.
Yeah,
Haven't we?
very good time to be out of contract, I reckon.
And now, what about the NFL is coming to the MCG next year? So there's going to be this ridiculous wildcard round.
Yeah.
And then is it the next weekend, the first weekend of finals, or the second weekend of finals?
So it's semi-final weekend. It'll be technically the 3rd week of finals or 2 weeks in the old final system.
Yes.
So semi-final
Don't
weekend.
start him again.
As we know in AFL, there's normally a Friday and a Saturday night semi-final. But the AFL have confirmed that the NFL will be playing at the MCG on that same weekend. They know that's likely to be on the Friday late morning, early afternoon. So if there's 2 Victorian MCG tenants hosting semi-finals, they're going to be left in a bit of a bind. Let's say Collingwood and Hawthorn are due to host semi-finals that weekend.
Hang on, so did you say they might be playing on Friday morning?
Yeah, to
'Cause
go
it's
back into the
Thursday night.
States. Yeah.
So it's going to be the LA Rams and Do we know who they're playing?
Oh, it's still up in the air. Seattle's a bit of a smoky.
Seahawks. So it looks like the Seahawks.
They were just out here last week, weren't they?
Yeah.
The Seahawks.
The
So
Seahawks.
There's a
if
bit
you
of a
put one
strained
and one
marketing
together, you'll
going
get
into
two,
it.
I reckon.
So they play at let's say it's 11 a.m. Friday morning because
Yep.
that's about when it seems to happen.
Yep.
Here, they're going to play till 3,
Yep.
and then you've got to clear out a crowd. You've got to for a Friday night game.
And I think it's going to be too hard. So that's where, if there is 2 games that weekend to be played at the MCG, do you look at Marvel? If Geelong's there, do they get a GMHBA game? It's going to be a logistical nightmare for the AFL.
Oh, great. So if it's a Collingwood or a Hawthorn or one of the MCG tenants, you'd be furious.
I could see Limo just doing the maths in his head then and went, hang on a sec, if we finish top 2,
I'm not happy about this.
Maybe the
yeah.
Hawks can just win through to a prelim, Limo. You won't have to worry
Even
about
if you
it.
finish 9th or 10th, you're all right this year, mate.
Yeah.
Who cares about 9th or 10th?
I bet you like it then. Hey, you were at the press conference yesterday. You asked, I was listening to it live, you asked Andrew Dillon about if Essendon win a final.
For me, this is the biggest talking point.
It's a real smart-ass move by you, I thought.
It's a good question. And the question was, if Essendon win in the wildcard round, does that count as them breaking their finals drought?
And I personally think it shouldn't, but Andrew Dillon says their drought is over if they win the wildcard game. So it is essentially now a 10-team final series. Every game, including wildcards, are deemed as finals. I don't like it, but that's the way the AFL is rolling.
And then as a player, that goes to your finals record
Yep.
as well.
And I just want to know now, when we say, oh, he's getting ready for September or he's built for September, now he's built for late August. Because these wildcard games, they're going to start earlier.
Right. He's got a real late August focus.
So Clark Keating becomes a late August specialist, does he, all of a sudden? Hey, before we let you go, this is a very small piece of information about you that I didn't know, and I thought I knew everything there was to know about you, but
You've been too busy. You've been gallivanting around the country calling every cricket match known to man.
I had no idea that you were a V8 Supercars nuffy. You know we've got Matt Payne coming in next hour.
I will be tuned in. I might not even stick around in the studio to see if I can meet Matt. I'm a Bathurst nuffy every year, sit in front of the couch. I'm actually taking the old man to Sandown this weekend.
Wow.
Oh, great. And traditionally, were you Ford or Holden?
Ford. Geelong.
Geelong.
Geelong boy.
Ah, Geelong.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Who were your heroes growing up?
Craig Lowndes, Marcus Ambrose.
Yeah.
Went to Bathurst a couple of times.
Yeah. Okay.
He had a Ford for his first car
Yeah.
too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That thing,
What was your first car?
A BA Falcon 2003. It saw some Ks, that thing, up and down the highway.
You bogan Mitch.
Yeah.
that thing lasted forever. I couldn't believe it was still going.
Oh, very nice. Well, hang around. Matt Payne would love to meet you.
Yeah.
afterwards.
Can't wait to meet him.